This time. Skis his way inside the 10. First and goal. Christian McCaffrey got a bruising block from Brandon Ayuk. Got another from Ray McLeod. Turned it.
Garoppolo, first pass to Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey turns on the Jets, and he's got a first down.
Free up the middle. Inside the 10. A stiff arm at the 5. And in for the touchdown. Juszczyk blocking out front. Oh, a hurdle for McCaffrey. Leaping his way for the touchdown. McCaffrey again, and for the fourth time today.
McCaffrey gets it up the gut, big hole. McCaffrey sprinting free, and he's tripped up inside the 50.
McCaffrey into the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Here's Purdy on first down, late blitz coming, in trouble. Purdy stays up on his feet somehow, and now throws.
Today for the Steelers. Purdy running, going down. 49 play action. Purdy looking end zone. Lets it rip, and he's got a touchdown to Brandon Ayuk. On first down, pressure coming. Purdy throws over the middle, and it's Jawan Jennings with nothing downfield. Smith Williams was chasing. Purdy gets out of there. Looking deep, back of the end.
We saw him do this earlier in the game. I think it was like a 3rd and 3, and he climbed the pocket, and he knew where the
play action. Purdy, pressure coming late, throws to McCaffrey. McCaffrey twisted to the goal line, and
Jim, it was a little faint for me.
Down the field. What a play to Kittle at the 40-yarder. Purdy looking up top. Downfield he goes, and he's got Deebo Samuel. Deebo, 37, the end around to Deebo Samuel. Has a blocker and Kittle in front of him. Samuel with a first down into Rams.
Blitz coming. Picked up. Purdy sets, launch.
His face throws, and coming back to get it is Deebo Samuel, and Samuel's got a first down. Here comes Deebo Samuel. Blockers in front. Williams is one of them, and Deebo Samuel's in. You get worried about the run game, and they can sneak either Kittle or Samuel behind
Tankdale receiving yards.
A long handoff. They're just doing it out of different formations and different setup points.
Guys kicking points.
Inside give to Deebo to the end. Deebo Samuel, one man to beat. He's going to beat him. Touchdown 49ers. Picked up. Purdy sets, launch.
What's good, Andre? What's cracking, brother? What did you make before the deadline? Let me hear it. I made a couple moves myself here. I had a monster fantasy week, though. I went 17-2 out of 19 leagues. Very, very good.
I'm down.
I just had that swallow wrong thing, and it's stuck in my throat right now. It's like, man.
McCaffrey out of the backfield, but downfield he goes. Ayuk. He got by Sanders, and now it's a top.
Ridley, Higgins, and Jacobs. Man, Higgins just popped last night, too. I did not see that coming. For Monty and Nico Collins, guy wanted Ridley over Jaden Reed for some reason. Yeah, I'm smashing that. 100%. I like Monty rest of the way over Jacobs. I like Nico better than Ridley and Higgins. He's going to explode the rest of the way. Big W.
George Kittle makes a circus one-hand catch. In the backfield.
Are you going to be using Nico tonight, too, or no?
A toss over the middle to George Kittle, and Kittle with a first down.
Thank you for the sub, Nicholas. Welcome, 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 brother. Thank you, man. About to start it off here in a second. Waiting for BDE to join the court. I don't know if he's hopping in or where he's at.
And that's Nick Bosa. And
why you lift all them weights right there so you can grab a guy by his t-shirt.
Boom, boom, boom. My 49ers, man. Another loss at the buzzer. We can't close out a game for the life of us this season.
And it's right there, just that transition. You're worried about.
Oh, you get it next week. Did you get the W either way with him?
He is the reason that our defense is as good as they are.
Twist the front, and there's a sack from Fred Warner. Just a great job of seeing it.
Dude, I mean, the way we're playing, we can get smacked by the Raiders right now. I don't understand what's going on. We do have tons of injuries still, but man, we got to stop making excuses. playing on the field, man. Hey! What's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin', everybody? We are here for the Week 11 recap show today. I am your host, Sleazeball. I'm going to be looking over what we hit on, what we missed on for the entire week last week. We'll be looking back at pick'ems, looking back at the games we were talking about, bunch of stuff like that. I thought BDE was going to be here in court. He should be any minute here as we're going through it here. And I'll be taking your questions for if you have any questions for tonight's game or pick'ems we like. We're going to build a card here together as well. I'll be doing a giveaway if we hit it like always. I get the W unless Fairbairn gets 24 points against me tonight. I'm expecting at least 12 to 13 to 14 for Fairbairn, but 24 is high. I mean, he could do it though too, which is scary. What's up, Eric? 8-3 playoff bound after a big Taysom and Sleaze's call on AR5, dude. AR5. I'm gonna pat myself on the shoulder for that one. I in a bunch of group chats with a bunch of big fantasy football people. No one really liked AR5. That was an absolute monster call. All right, let's dive into it here. All right. So we're going to look back at each call we made, a thing that I liked from each game. So I had to pick them from each game we're going to look back at here. For the Eagles-Commanders game, the pick 'em that I took was Jalen Hurts for his longest rush. I think, and Saquon Barkley's rushing, so that was a hit. Dude, Hunt should have been a sell high almost like 2 weeks ago for me on my videos. I was like, you know Pacheco's coming back. He's going to start wearing down. You can see it for the Bills game, man. I know he came out of, pretty much retirement and balled out. But he's been looking sluggish for the past 2 weeks. I think it's going to be Pacheco's show against Carolina, too. But, I mean, if you need a flex play for Buy-Mageddon, you got 6 teams on a bye. So if you need a flex play, I think you can honestly maybe run out Hunt versus Carolina because a lot of teams have 2 running backs drop 10 points on them on the year. So maybe hold him if you need it. But, I'm not super high on him the rest of the way, that's for sure. Nobody's budging because Pacheco's going to be back. That's the worst part. That's probably why. You might be able to package him, depending on what you're trying to get rid of. So, what's up, Quincy? Cutie patootie. Dude, I've gained like 25 pounds, man. Winter jacket is on. I feel like Santa Claus, bro. I just started the gym and the whole diet plan today. I've been going to the gym, but not, as I should be. So, looking back at the game, here's that BDE in here. What's good, brother?
Yes, sir.
What was your so Saquon Barkley rushing was the hit for the Eagles. Did we take Jalen Hurts? Did that long rush hit?
The under on Jalen Hurts' completions hit, and that's what I took.
The 18.5. Okay, that's right. That was money. He says, I love to see my boy Herbert balling. Man, finally has a competent coach. That Herbert and the Chargers are for real, bro. And they didn't even have Khalil Mack last night, which would be more of a nightmare for Herbert or Burrow.
I also took the under on, what was that receiver's name for Washington that caught the Hail Mary catch?
Noah Brown. We took the under on that.
Yeah. It was McLaurin and Devonta Smith that screwed us.
God, dude. McLaurin with 1.5. One catch for 10 yards was rough. And people are going to, run away from him. What's good, Ken? Are we ready for some football? God, dude, tonight's game, I don't even know if I'm really excited about it at all. I'm going to go to my mom's house for dinner, and we'll probably watch a little bit here and there. But not excited to see Cooper Rush or Trey Lance go out there.
I'd love to see Trey Lance, obviously.
I picked him up off the waiver wire in a couple leagues right now early. Frizzle need 25 points from Mixon tonight. Wish you luck, dude. I think he's going to get it. I think Mixon's in for 20, 28 point range here game. Just depends on how bad the game script gets out of hand. I mean, Cowboys struggle versus the run heavily, and I think Mixon's going to see 30 touches tonight, honestly. Quincy says, I'm winning 125-105. I have Texans D. Opponent has Nico Collins. Am I cooked? Up 20? No, I like the Texans D to score 10+. I really do tonight. To Cooper Rush, 45 yards last week. I think the Texans D is going to eat him alive. I just love football. Yeah, me too. I agree with that. But, man, it's going to be an ugly game tonight. I'm not thrilled about it at all. Okay, Packers Bears game. What was your call in the Packers Bears game?
Over on Caleb's passing yards, it hit.
Caleb's passing yards over
on Christian Watson's longest, and over on Josh Jacobs rushing.
The Jacobs rushing was. Did he get it with 58?
Oh, it was at 73.5, and he got the over.
He got the over on. He only got 58 yards rushing. Oh no, 76. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, and he got the touchdown, so that was money. Okay, I missed big on Tucker Kraft, man. He dropped a goose egg. I can't believe that happened. Romeo Doubs was irrelevant. Jaden Reed got a touchdown early. He was irrelevant after that. Christian Watson, that diving catch was amazing. And
yeah, man, I benched him in my Super Bowl league for what's his face?
You benched who?
Christian Watson.
Oh, did you get the dub still or no?
No.
Oh man,
I literally lost by 15.
What's up? Why he says where we thinking Higgins rest of the season? Man, dude, T. Higgins looked like an animal last night, bro. I did not see that coming from him. I thought that he was, unengaged. He looked damn good out there. I would say rest of the season rank is probably, depending on if the Bengals can stay in contention, top 15 to 20 range, I'd say. I mean, I don't know how many games you're going to get both in with 20 plus points like that, but
it's just so volatile with him, man.
It is. God, he's a big boy, dude. He looked beasting out there. What's up, Gary?
He freaking broke his back too.
On that hit in the back is dirty.
Yeah.
Up 150 to 130. He has Fairbairn to play. Hopefully, it doesn't turn into a sweat. God, dude, Fairbairn is that kicker that can give you 20, though, Ben. It's going to be close, especially in a game versus the Cowboys where he's probably going to be kicking a lot. I'm wishing the best for you, Gary, but I think it's going to be close. Roach, my guy, what's up? He says, I'm down 68.2 going into tonight with Nico and the Houston D-Lep. I need a miracle. I don't think you're going to get 62, bro. His first game back. I'd say maybe 20 for Nico tonight, if anything. I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'll sit this one out. You see the Niners shit in the background. I can't stand the Chiefs, man. I'm glad they lost finally. Josh Allen backpacked that game-winning run. I love that to see that. Speed says literally millions of dollars on Nico overs. Wonder if we see anything weird happen. I mean, it just game script dependable for here. Like, are we gonna see him with a hamstring come out and play 80% of the snaps? Is he gonna get?
That's why I like his longest props.
Just the 25.5.
Yeah, like everything else is like the game script would get him out of there.
I mean, you think Joe Nixon's going for 30 touches, right?
No.
What do you think? 20?
I honestly, I need 2 fantasy points from him, and I'm worried about it. Him and Ferguson.
You need 2 points, and you're worried with Mixon? I'm not worried with 2 points. No.
Listen, man, they're not going to have to play him. And why are you going to fucking stress your bell cow out like that 2 weeks before a bye in an easy dub?
And they got Dameon Pierce coming back this game too.
Exactly.
And his props are low.
Yeah.
His rushing prop.
If we think it's going to be a blowout, then Pierce should be like the guy.
Could be. I still think Mixon's going to get an anytime touchdown, though. That's almost my absolute lock.
Yeah, I have him for anytime touchdown as well.
Roach says, I don't know what to do with Debo. Man, dude, I thought he was going to kill Seattle, too. And CMC didn't play good in a good matchup. He still gave you 100 yards, but he didn't have a CMC game. Juan Jennings just looks like the freaking guy. And with Kittle gone, I thought you'd see more Debo usage, and you did not. So and we freaking lose the game, bro. Again, at the end. We cannot close the game out for the life of us this season. It's killing me. But trade deadlines are done now. So, I mean, you kind of got to rock it with Debo from here. Unless you're in, Dynasty League or something like that. Okay. So, Packers-Bears game, covered that. Dude, the weird thing from the Packers-Bears game, for my takeaway, is that Roshan Johnson, with the new coach, Thomas, the new OC, is going to be a lot more involved in DeAndre Swift looking down the stretch here, especially in the cold weather.
I think it's crazy how you and I both called that in the offseason. I believe it was, who was it, Debro, it was Herzig. We were talking about cold weather opportunity, just like absolutely being able to dominate when the weather gets cold and take the goal line work and just be more physical than everybody else. We fucking smashed that call.
Dude, I mean, he looked good too. I mean, he even saw some receiving work. I think he saw 13 touches in the game. What did he see? 11 touches? I think he had a couple flags called back too, so he had a couple more touches. But, dude, Ken, the division is going to be wild, bro. 6-4, 5-5, 5-5, 5-5. God, it's going to be crazy down the stretch here. With my luck, I'll bench him next week and he'll pop off. Dude, I mean, I still can't sit Debo for me, dude. I know he's played 2 bad games in a row, but I'm still not sitting Debo ever. Okay, so on to the Jags game here. I liked David Montgomery's rushing. I liked him for 2 touchdowns as well. He hit both of those. That was an absolute smash. Jameer Gibbs looked so electric on that run down the sideline. It was lights out.
Well, that was his longest reception. It was at 10.5. We got it for like 56.5. So that was a smash. And then BTJ over 23.5. We smashed that one as well.
And I missed heavily on Jared Goff. I don't know if the Lions had a fucking anger out for the Jags or whatever it was, but they were up 40 points, still throwing the ball, shoving it down their throat, and I was like, what is going on here, bro?
Yeah, they didn't want to, like, they wanted to retribution for, like, the Houston game, because, like, they feel like they shouldn't have won the Houston game. So, like,
right.
He's like, okay, well, if I feel like I didn't deserve that one, I bet we're going to deserve this one, so... Dan Campbell's just a fucking beast.
Dude, that was punishment, like beyond punishment for the Jags, bro. I mean, they kept Jared Goff until 5 minutes left, threw 4 touchdown passes, 400 freaking yards, and had like 40 fantasy points. And I was like, stay away from Goff because of the game script. So that's the last time I ever judged the Lions and Dan Campbell on a game script. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Vikings-Titans here. So, man, Justin Jefferson didn't have the game I thought he would have here. I knew it'd be tough, but without Snead out there, I thought he'd do better. Will Levis absolutely crushed the passing prop. My guy Disco needs to start throwing some love at Will Levis. Come on, give me a little love for it. 300 passing yards?
Yeah, I mean, like, shit, it was really impressive, but then again, it was a very, very terrible secondary. I mean, like, he's still really good at throwing the ball to the other team as well. So
I was waiting for you to say he got a 98-yard touchdown from Akine.
Yeah,
at the goal line.
Like, it is what it is.
Calvin Ridley smashed his prop by 2 yards. That was a close one, but I like that one over. And Tony Pollard with 15 yards, bro. Rough.
Yeah, very.
It's gonna be really. I mean, I know Tyjae Spears even went out with concussion in like the 3rd quarter, and he still did nothing. So even if Tyjae's out next week, if I'm looking ahead, who do the Titans have next week?
Great question. No idea.
They have. I mean, this should be a smash spot. Or Texans. Oh, it's not gonna be a smash spot. I feel like the Titans gonna upset someone eventually. Dude, he's playing good. I can't lie, Speed. I mean. Will Levis I did not expect him to look this good in the 2 games he's been back. Charlie says, you think I should hold on to May or drop him for Tua, planning ahead for my Josh Allen bye? I would rather have Tua versus New England than May versus the Dolphins. I'm pretty sure that's who they play each other, right? Because I'm a huge Dolphins HN guy. Yeah, they play each other. So Dolphins defense definitely more threatening than the Patriots. Good question here, Roach. What do you think, Disco? Do you think Neighbors is better now, or do you think he's worse off with DeVito or Locke?
I think the Giants just need a reshake. You need Jesus and then some. It's just ugly.
You need Jesus, dude. It's done for them.
And then some. Yeah, it's just ugly. But like we also called the contract situation for the injury clause, seeing the Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
we called that as well, which is like I'm very impressed with myself. Like I'm just fucking hitting calls left, right, and center.
Is that? Are you still gonna think he's gonna see 10 targets a game?
He needs to.
I mean, God, I haven't.
They're
saw someone showed DeVito's little start for, his last 3-4 games last season, or what he'd start 3 games or 4 games. And they said that he targeted the slot at like a 65% rate, which is the highest thing he looks at. So it kind of makes me worried for Neighbors unless they line him up in the slot a lot. What's up, Eric? Is Westbrook Akine worth the conversation? No. I mean, maybe if you want to hold on to him, but that's a fluke play. Like, you're not going to get a 98-yard touchdown from Akine ever again.
Hold on. Like, Tyler Boyd is definitely not the wide receiver 2 there, right?
He's
not.
not.
We've established that.
Akine has been playing 90% snaps.
So the wide receiver 2 there can very well be Akine. And if Will Levis is who you think he is, and he's putting up 300 yards, I think Akine could be definitely worth a stash, especially during Armageddon.
Okay, so let's go like this. So week 14, Jacksonville Jaguars. I see what you're saying, Eric. This is perfect. He has 5 touchdowns in his past 6 games. He's been playing 92, 97, 100, 85% of the snaps. He's averaging almost, 10 to 12 points a game. You get the worst secondary in football. I'm okay with picking up Westbrook Akine for week 14. But I'm not going to start him versus Houston or Washington. Those are tougher defenses. But the Armageddon week, I love that matchup versus Jacksonville.
Well, Armageddon's week 12 as well, right? That's when Josh Allen has his bye.
Right, but he's saying he's looking ahead for week 14.
Oh, okay.
So I was like,
that is a great matchup.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, so Sam Darnold lit up the freaking Titans. Aaron Jones, I like the under for his rushing. That was a hit. And it looks like Cam Akers is now getting a lot more involved with the Vikings here. I didn't really pay attention to that game. I didn't know if Jones took another bang-up hit or something like that. I don't know if he went out of the game for injury. But very weird that it was 15 to 10 touches. So I don't know if they're trying to save him for the stretch for Aaron Jones. What do you think there? Or do you think it's just better play?
Honestly, it's just they're saving him for the stretch. He was still banged up. It was a hip, right?
Last week, yeah. I don't know if he got hurt in the game.
Well, last week he got hurt with the hip, and I don't think he's right yet. So I think they're just trying to conserve him and get him a little bit better. And I think part of his contract, if you look at the details, is he has to play or suit up for X amount of games. So he's really trying to secure the bag right now.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, God, Cam Akers, though, talk about him and J.K. Dobbins, the Achilles boys, are finding the end zone every other week here. It's very weird.
Cam Akers I did not see coming, especially with a second team.
Yeah. What's up, Fang? Thank you to Hill St. Brown, who finally came through, and Boswell. Dude, Boswell is just a kicking machine, bro. 6 field goals, unbelievable. The only thing sucks on being first is that I am last on my waiver picks. Oh, you have one of those leagues that goes weekly, so if you get first, you're last. I like the rollovers. I like if you're rolling it over and wait till next week and save your waiver instead of the weekly matchup. Heading down to the Raiders-Dolphins game. Tyreek Hill did not even hit his prop again, but I like the HN rushing. That was a smash there. I also like the Tyreek Hill receiving. He missed it by 2 yards, which, of course, he doesn't get it. Gardner Minshew threw for 300 almost. Tua threw for 300 almost.
Your Bowers call was spectacular. Zamir White got hurt in the second.
He had it. Zamir had it. It was like 9 yards, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't drafters showed me because I'm like that this should be a security. They're like, no, he actually played a snap in the third quarter, and it was like one snap got hurt.
And he got hurt again.
And then that was that. So.
Dude, I mean, they had it at 9.5 yards. I thought that was an absolute smash. He gets 9 yards. Of course.
It was 19.5.
Oh, it was 19.5. So he missed it by 10.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers is legitimately the tight end 1 for the rest of the season. That's kind of a lock there.
Are you sure it's not Taysom Hill or Will Dissly or fucking Jonnu Smith? I hate all 3 of those guys. I hate with all my existence now.
Because you didn't like Dissly on Monday Night Football or what? You got
I didn't like
any
of those guys. I literally hated all those guys this week. And they all popped. Smashed. Yeah.
Dude, 13 targets for Bowers, or 16 targets for Bowers. I mean, even with Michael Mayer back, you nailed that. It didn't matter at all. It helped him more. Michael Mayer was irrelevant again. He saw 3 targets for 5 yards. I mean, and there's no other receiver. Look at Jacoby Myers. He had fucking 1 catch for 20 yards. It is Brock Bowers.
Look at where Bowers lined up from. That's the most encouraging thing I saw.
Everywhere.
Doing that. Yeah, everywhere. Like, everywhere was in play for him, and it was beautiful.
It was nice. What another interesting thing to me is they're starting to get Malik Washington more involved here for the Dolphins, which is kind of weird. I don't know if that's like Tyreek's banged up. He's starting to get carries. He's starting to see more targets.
I mean, we're seeing
Interesting
more
rookie play
Odell
there.
as well.
And Odell a little bit as well. Over to the Rams game, the Patriots did not pull through. Disco did not get his dub over the Rams. Matt Stafford threw for 4 TDs. Cooper Kupp looked electric again, breaking the big bomb. Puka Nacua looked amazing. He got hurt and came back. They both had 100 plus. I did not want to take those props, and they both smashed. So I definitely missed there. Kyren hit his exact rushing number. Did Drake May hit the long rush? I think he did, right?
Yeah, he had 16, and Douglas hit all of his props as well.
That was nice. Ramondre Stevenson played nice again. He's another floor play with another 23 touch game or something. What was it? 24 touch game. Never found the end zone. 88 yards. He wasn't bad.
Bunch of receptions. Yep.
Of course, Colby Parkinson gets a touchdown for the Rams. That one I'd
see it.
Good. Stafford, Rams, Philly next week. Who do you like?
Philly for sure.
In LA? Oof.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Rams next week, man. I think they're heating up. They're getting their line back out.
Philly in a track meet? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Indoors? Yes, please.
Your Pop
you
Douglas
give Philly
call.
an indoor stadium, they're one of the best teams in football.
Yeah, they're not. They're disgusting. Barkley's going to be out of his mind. Your Pop Douglas call was absolute money. The long was money, and the yards was money. The Hunter Henry receptions was money. His yards was money. Kendrick Bourne came out of nowhere. I thought Keyshawn Boutte was going to be the guy. All of a sudden, the old man they paid. So, I mean, that receiver room is going to be a nightmare, but Pop D looked all right. Let's move on to the next game here. Browns, Saints. Dude, are you willing to say that Valdez Scantling is now becoming relevant?
Fuck. No, I'm not willing to say it, but, like, it's been a weird year.
I mean, he takes a 71-yard touchdown scamper.
Yeah, he's him. He's him. What can I say?
Taysom Hill puts up the best tight end performance in NFL history.
But he's not a tight end, and he didn't do it from the tight end spot.
I know.
It's so stupid.
But that's how it goes when they lock it in like that. He got 40, and we were talking before. I was like, I don't like Taysom Hill. I still don't like Taysom Hill. I never recommend starting him.
It's either like he gets 2 spike weeks like that a year. So like to say yes, start him every single week because one of those weeks is going to be the fucking spike week. Like how do you project it, right? And people being like, oh man, I can't believe you told me to start Josh Downs over Taysom Hill. Well, sir, Josh Downs still put up productive fucking numbers, all right? First and foremost. 2, fuck, how do you project it? It's just really fucking annoying.
You don't.
Him, Disley, Johnny.
We had Nick Chubb for a smash. That didn't happen at all. He did not find the end zone. I had him for an anytime touchdown. Oh, we'll be over there at 5 when the stream's over. Mom. Dude, another thing is that Jameis Winston might be startable weekly. I mean, this guy's just a freaking point machine. So if you're looking at the past 3 weeks, right? His 3 wide receivers since he's been the quarterback, they are all top 15 wide receivers over the past 3 weeks. Isn't that bonkers? So you have Elijah Moore, 15. Jerry Jeudy moves into 11. And Tillman was like 8 or whatever, which is bananas. Yep. And Jerry Jeudy has his monster game with an 89-yard touchdown. And Njoku's going to be startable the rest of the way. Yep. It's going to be tough, though, between Elijah Moore, Tillman, and Jeudy to see who pops. That's going to be one of the tough calls to make.
Who do they have week 12?
Let me pull up another one here. What's up, Anthony? Going to be 9-2. I have Tyreek and CD. What can I do to prepare for the playoffs? Well, you get the trade deadline's done now, so you got to kind of rock with who you got, bro. Unless you're in Dynasty. They play Pitt. I think I still like him versus Pitt. He's just slinging it like crazy. I mean, look at Jameis. Look at this, dude. Since he's become a quarterback, I'm pretty sure he's been a top 5 QB. 2 of the 3 or 3 of the 4, 2 of the 4 weeks. So versus Baltimore, 23.5, that's a given. Even though Russell Wilson shit the bed, I got to apologize for everyone on Russell Wilson. Good Lord. New Orleans, he drops 30. He drops 395. He drops 334. I mean, he came in Cincy late, so 2 out of 3 games he's been a top 5 QB. Defenses versus Chargers, he played tough. That's a tough defense. I don't know. He's got Pitt and Denver coming. They are tough matchups. What's good, Rez? Different situation for Taysom this season, though, don't you think? With the injuries around the Saints, with everyone out, yeah. But still, I mean, I wouldn't recommend him to start him. It's such a roller coaster ride.
I just didn't expect Cleveland's defense to be that shit.
Right, and well, do you think Zadarius Smith mattered that much?
No, I just think that like that entire team is fucking screwed, and like they're not going to be able to rectify this for a very long time because they have so much money on Deshaun Watson. Like,
yeah, they're screwed. They have to start him, right? I mean, no one's going to take that contract.
They have to pay him.
Well, how much dead money would they eat if they just cut his ass?
I don't know. I haven't looked at all the logistics of his contract, but like it's pretty fucking gross.
Not in your league, Anthony. Oh, so you can trade all year long in a redraft league? I've never seen a league like that, by the way, if that's how it is. Fang says, I'm at a point where I'll be streaming a QB weekly. Week 11 was Rodgers, too. I'm done. I've been trying to say the Jets are going to come back. Disco's been saying they suck. I got to stop riding on the Jets train. I mean, Breece Hall looked great.
They might be fine after the bye.
So they're 3-7. Are they still going to fight?
I mean,
so
they kind of have to.
Well, I know that, but I mean, you think they're still going to put up a fight? So let's see their schedule here. They come out of the bye. They get Seattle, Miami, Jacksonville. I'd say those are winnable games, all three. Rams winnable, Buffalo not, Miami winnable.
I don't think that the Rams is like a guaranteed winnable.
I'm just saying it's like a winnable matchup for them. It's not, it's not where I think they're going to get blown out.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Speaking of the Jets, here we are. Anthony Richardson, the smash week, absolutely balled out on his game back. 272, 2 rushing touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers shits the bed. Jonathan Taylor shits the bed with 30 touches. That was crazy to me as well. He had 24 carries with a 2.4 average. That was really rough.
Josh Downs, matchup proof. People need to start listening to me.
Josh Downs, that catch, the diving catch on third down to save the game was ridiculous. That was so sick from Josh Downs. Interesting uptick, though, was Michael Pittman. Saw 8 targets. It's good to see him back out there. Good to see him a little healthier, I guess. He's kind of sat out with his back injury. He led the team in targets still, so I like to see that from him. Alex Pierce always gets his bomb play every single time.
Yeah, his longest is borderline money.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
He's a hitter. Garrett Wilson throws up an absolute freaking dud of literally 4 catches for 18 yards. Devontae Adams has a good game. Breece Hall went nuclear for 30. He had the best game of the year. People that think Braylon Allen is going to be involved, you can drop him unless you want to handcuff at this point.
Yeah, he's a good handcuff. That's about it.
And Donnie Mitchell's starting to look good. Like
they're using him more for sure, but
I liked him a lot coming out of Texas, man. He looks good when he's out there, dude.
I don't know if there's enough usage for me to love him though.
Oh yeah, definitely
for me
not.
To be like, oh yeah, you gotta start him. Like, I don't think the usage is there.
Shit, you're gonna have Downs and Pittman on contract the whole time you're there, anyways. That you're gonna be in a timeshare either way. Mm-hmm. Steelers, Ravens, Russell Wilson. Tell me what happened, man. You had him quarterback 2. I had him quarterback 6, and he finished last.
Yeah. What happened is Ravens and so I saw a tweet. And I don't know exactly who tweeted it, but they said, and they said this before the game, and I was like, nah, like this is different. Like Baltimore's defense is like historically bad. They're like, no, like when these two teams play, you throw out all the stats, all the numbers. There is no logic or rhyme or reason. It's just gonna happen. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be a grunge, ugly ass game, pretty much.
And like as much as I've watched every single game of that rivalry for the last 25 to 30 years of my life, I never really paid attention to the numbers like that, where it's like, yeah, when these two teams play, because they're going to play again, you throw out all the numbers, all rhyme or reason. So like,
they play in like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, soon. I know that.
I think they played back to back. Like, okay, so they go Baltimore. Oh no,
Baltimore
they play week
16.
Yeah,
Baltimore. So what is it? The semis.
So here's what's interesting as well off that game is that right now, this is like an absolute lock you can get right now as a pick if you have it up. Right now on Drafters and Underdog, I looked at them both. Russell Wilson has at 177 passing yards versus the Browns. He's literally covered that by 20-plus yards, 30-plus yards, 80-plus yards, 100 yards in all 4 of his games. So I think they came out really low with Russell Wilson. Like, look at this. I misspoke. 177.5. I think that's an absolute lock right there for Russell Wilson at Cleveland.
We're already betting on next week.
Well, I saw it out there and I was like, God damn, why do they have Russ so low off one bad game? That's crazy. Speed says Raven.
He's going to be good to go because he got banged up.
He finished the game. He came out there at the end. He had 8 targets. He looked good. I mean, they just didn't get no freaking touchdown, man. 6 Boswell field goals.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ravens
Najee
always
great, by the way.
Najee did look good. Raven always has random weeks where their D steps up, like when they blow out the Broncos. Well, I mean, I could have said it's a Ravens, division matchup game between them, and it's gonna be ugly. But with the way the Ravens defense is playing, I would have said I was smash Russell Wilson. I was smash Pickens. I mean, Pickens still smashed a little bit, but not how I wanted him to. I mean, he had 12 targets. But what's good, Hot Take City? What's cracking, brother? From the grave, Isaiah Likely makes his return for Disco. The man, the myth, the legend is not done yet. He came out with 4 receptions on 5 targets. Besides that, I didn't like Zay Flowers. He didn't hit anything. My guy, Fantasy
Likely
Dog, with the gifted
fumbled,
membership. He fumbled as well, too. Yeah, I saw that. And, dude, Deontay Johnson, guys, is droppable at this point. I don't care what they say. If he's going to get more involved, it's not going to be a pass-heavy offense where he's going to see enough volume to be relevant on your fantasy roster. I would rather have Westbrook Akine. Thank you for the gifted membership, Fantasy Dog. You're an absolute go, brother. I'm not complaining about Boswell's field goals, dude. He's out of his mind, dude. Absolutely bonkers. We should be
complaining about fucking Tucker, though.
Tucker, it cannot make from 50 yards anymore, huh?
Can't make him, period.
It's rough. Over to the Falcons game, and here's a hot take for you. Hot take right here. Are we going to see Michael Penix come out as the starting quarterback after the bye?
Insert the Penix, sir.
Are we going to see the insertion of the Penix?
The Penix.
I mean,
the Penix is in.
Kirk Cousins has looked terrible. I know it's 2 tough matchups for him. I mean, Denver's one of the best defenses in my opinion. Drake London didn't have a great game. I didn't like his lines. I didn't like Drake in that game. He was okay. And you had another injury to Mooney. I didn't like Mooney either way, but the injury kind of hampered him. Dude, they can lock up everybody in Denver. Their corners across the board are amazing. Their safeties are good. Of course, Javonte Williams finds the end zone on 9 carries. He gets pushed over into the end zone.
He also got involved heavily
in the passing game. He did.
Yep, he was good and startable. I want to hear you say it.
I'm not starting him still.
He was
13
good
touches.
And he was good and startable, and you were wrong. I want to hear you say it.
Yeah, he was startable. He was startable. I didn't start him. That's
good
for damn sure.
And solid and startable. I want to hear.
He's terrible. No, he's not good.
He was.
No. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks win the NFL South. Dude, they might at this point. I mean, now you got the Saints rolling back 2 games in a row. I don't know what's going on with the Saints now. They're trying to fight. So, I mean, look at the NFC South. You get the Falcons, who are falling apart. I think that's 2 straight losses. Tampa Bay does have a 4-game losing streak, though, 4-6. Tampa's still in control, or Atlanta's still in control of this. I think.
I don't know, man. They get Mike Evans back. I would say Tampa might be in control because
they're gonna get the Giants for an easy win.
But then again, there's also the bye week aspect for Atlanta.
Falcons.
So, yeah, they might get right eventually.
So here you go. You get, man, dude, it's gonna be close, bro. But God, the Falcons finish is golden, bro. They're getting 4 straight wins, maybe 3 out of the 4. They get the Raiders, the Giants, and the Panthers in the past 3 weeks. That's 3 wins. They're probably losing the Chargers and Vikings, maybe, and they get Washington, which is tough. So I mean, I'm gonna add 3 wins to theirs, so they're at 9. They'd have to overcome 5. I'm still taking Atlanta for sure. What's good, Fang? He says, as a Vikings fan, I'm laughing at the Falcons. Dude, Vikings, man, they just keep winning. Mike Evans is going to be a wide receiver 1 and out in top 5 tight end down the stretch. I agree. I don't know about wide receiver 1 for Evans, but I definitely agree that he's going to be a top 10, 5 to 10. He's old, man. You got to see how it looks off that injury, too. I know it's Mike Evans and he's Mr. Reliable, but it could be like a couple plays and he's out again. 31 years old, it's risky. Yeah. Gotta move on to my shitty ass 49ers who can't close a game. Brock Purdy didn't throw for that many yards like I thought he would. Geno Smith hit another game-winning rushing touchdown. I don't know how this old man is running. Kenneth Walker had a good game, but I liked him for more yards. He didn't hit. DK Metcalf hit his yards. I like that. JC's hit his long. You like that. DK hit his long. You like that. Lockett didn't do nothing after the first freaking quarter. AJ Barner, my sleeper, did not hit. Ricky Purcell, man, 0 targets.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was interesting to me that it is all Juan Jennings, man. He went absolutely bonkers, 25 fantasy points. Christian McCaffrey still in his 100-yard range. You know, he hasn't had his big game yet. It'll come here soon. I'm fully aware that he's pissed off after last game too. So I'd be watching out for CMC next game. He's really mad in that press conference. So I expect him and Debo Debo. 4 catches, 22 yards for Debo.
I get it, that's your team, but I'm more disappointed in Debo than you are this week.
Dude, it was terrible. He's the Seattle killer. He averages 19 points on his career. Terrible showing. We should have won that game. I know we had a major injury to Bosa. I know we didn't have Tre'Davious Ward out there because his daughter's, passed away. As sad as it gets, but he should be back out there this week. I mean, we need everybody. We need all hands on deck now. Chiefs Bills game. I knew the time was coming for the loss for the Chiefs. Josh Allen put the team on his back. James Cook, 2 touchdowns, but really not good volume from James Cook. I didn't like to see that. I think he only had 8 carries to Ray Davis's 5 or 9 to 5. So not great there. Ty Johnson got involved as well. Very weird to see with a 3-headed back in a monster game like that versus the Chiefs.
All I'm saying is James Cook is him. That's it. That's all. And we called him in our top 5. I don't think anybody else did.
Yeah, he's solid. I expected a monster game from Dawson Knox. That did not come to fruition at all. Amari Cooper's monster game didn't really. I don't even think he caught that ball that he got that 35 or 30-yard catch on, whatever it was.
Well, he had a couple of those.
I know, but he didn't look the same. Khalil Shakir looked like he's the number 1, and Curtis Samuel's more involved now. That was interesting. DeAndre Hopkins.
It was always Curtis Samuel. We weren't talking about Deebo Samuel. They were gonna smash.
It was always Curtis. Yeah. Your boy Xavier Worthy hits his touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins plays terrible. Dude, Travis Kelce, guys, had 2 catches for 8 yards in a Buffalo Bills matchup that is a playoff implication, home field, everything on the line. That was terrible from Travis Kelce. They bracketed him with a great defense and made them work for it in different ways.
That's because Tay wasn't there. She's in Toronto.
She didn't make it to the Buffalo Bills game because fans throw stuff at her. You saw that?
I didn't see that.
I don't see the 49ers making the playoff at this point. DraftKings has them plus 350 to win the division. Dude, we're going to get healthy, bro. Counting out the 49ers is crazy, man. It's too much talent on the team. Anything else from the Chiefs game you got to take away from? Patrick Mahomes again with not a good game again.
I don't think that was a fluke for Xavier Worthy, and things are only going to look better for him.
You think things are going to look better for him? What about Amari Cooper?
I think after the bye week, he should be healthy, and a healthy Amari Cooper is one of the best receivers in football. With Josh Allen at quarterback, we haven't seen that.
I agree with that as well. I think he's going to pop once he gets a little more healthy. I don't think he's back yet. And then last night's game, bro. Bengals, Chargers. Joe Burrow comes out in the second half and just goes fucking nuclear. Chase Brown is the guy. This guy is on a freaking RB1. I never come off the field. It was always
Chase Brown. It was never Zach Moss. I want you to know that. I said that.
Yep. He looks unbelievable.
I'm going to keep reminding all these folks who doubted it. Value Bengal, James Saw. I love you guys.
27 touches for Chase Brown, 140 yards. Didn't find the end zone, but damn, he looks fucking fast. He looks good. T. Higgins surprised the shit out of me with 13 targets and 148 yards. He looked great. Jamar Chase is always Jamar Chase. 2 touchdowns. He's him. Mike Gesicki with an absolute goose egg of 0. He's almost droppable now after the hype for him. You nailed that one.
Yep.
Chase Brown's speed is a cheat code, bro. I think he has the second fastest recorded time in NFL history or something if you look it up. It's like 23.8 or 22.8. The guy can fucking fly.
Was that miles per hour during the play?
Yeah, on the field. Justin Herbert, we all had a smash play. Absolute easy call there for everyone. J.K. Dobbins with the diving touchdown. He's probably got comeback player of the year locked up. I think he looked good, even though Gus and Haskins were getting goal line carries. That was weird, but he still punched it in.
Do you think Russell Wilson qualifies as comeback player of the year? Because honestly, what he went through last year with Denver, how they fucking wrote him off, and how he's doing his thing. Obviously, he didn't really do it this past week, but how he's been doing his thing.
He's still undefeated since his return.
Exactly.
So, exactly. I think it's got to be an injury. I don't know on that one if you could be comeback player of the year when you played the whole year, right?
I mean, fuck. Joe Flacco was borderline comeback player of the year.
Possibly.
Last year, but yeah, at least it's not Joe Flacco. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I want to see JK get it because everyone's written off JK, me included, with the injuries. I was like, do not draft him. I drafted him in our dynasty with a dart throw pick, and it absolutely hit, but I didn't think that was coming. That's for sure. Another thing that's getting interesting is the amount of deep balls they're taking to Jermaine Burton, and he just can't get it. He's right there every single time. The pass is off by a little bit. Quentin Johnson is flexible weekly with the schedule the Chargers have. Ladd McConkey's flexible weekly. And Will Dissly has an amazing tight end schedule coming, and he's been the fourth most targeted tight end over the past 5 weeks. He's a very interesting play. He's on my waiver wire video to pick up. So, all right, we covered it all. What props do you like for tonight? I want to build a full card here, and then I'll do a couple small ones.
So last I looked, I took CeeDee Lamb over 19.5 for his longest reception.
It's at 20. Similar that.
Similar to the BTJ situation,
right,
which was actually at 23.5. You look at what Houston allows. They don't allow a lot of receiving, but they allow chunk plays, right? They lose their discipline. At the end of the day, Cooper Rush or fucking what's his face, Trey Lance, they should mistakenly throw to their team, right, against this defense at least once deep. So I really do like CeeDee Lamb for over 19.5, because I anticipate this being an absolute blowout.
And the garbage time.
Also, well, not even garbage time. I think that just hits at some point where we're going to see Houston lose their discipline in the secondary, and we're going to see that prop hit. One of my I think this game is going to definitely be a blowout, and I think we're going to see Nico Collins and Joe Mixon not play a full 4 quarters, including CJ Stroud. So I will say I like the longest for Tank Dell, and I like longest reception, which is
and Nico.
8. No, not Nico. Nico is really high. I do like the longest for Nico, but I'd rather lock up the longest rush for Joe Mixon. So I have CeeDee Lamb longest reception, Joe Mixon longest rush, Tank Dell longest reception. Those are my 3 props. Those are my 3 locks for tonight.
Okay, there you go. Heard it from Disco himself. If you guys are on this, he likes the longest reception for CeeDee Lamb, longest reception for Tank Dell, longest rush for Joe Mixon. I agree, because you don't know how much you're going to see of these Texans, right? So. Exactly. But I do want to build a full card. I did tail that one. So I'm going to go off a couple ones that I like here. I like Fairbairn to cover 8.5 kicker points with ease.
I don't know they're going to get into field goal range? Oh, no. Never mind. You're right. It's
Houston? Yeah. I think, if he scores all touchdowns, you're screwed, right? But he's got to get 1 field goal. They're not going to score 8 touchdowns, straight. Could they?
Well, they could. We just saw that with Jacksonville, so it's doable.
It is. Hot take and chat, whatever you guys like from tonight's game, drop it in the chat. I'm going to do a full card here, and if it hits, I will give away $100 on the next stream live to anybody that's a subscriber. And if you guys are members to the channel, I'll give you 2 draws in as well.
What's Ferguson's receiving yards at?
34. They only threw for 45 yards last time. Hop in the cord, Hot take.
Are you saying under? Is that Tony, sir?
I did 34 yards is hard to bet against. I do like Dowdle's receiving yards, but Dowdle only had 3 receiving yards last game too. But I do like that. That's one I was going to put on there. I agree with that one. Speed. Hot Take says you're a goat, Disco. Love you boys for life, my guy. Any love for no Damian Pierce things up here right now? They don't have anything for him.
What's Rico Dowdle's receiving yards at?
19.5. I just put that in.
You took the over?
Yep.
Smart.
Zeke Elliott 15.5. What about Nico? What about Stroud 9.5 rushing?
I hope he doesn't have to rush because he's already getting the shit kicked out of him this year because his O-line's terrible.
You think Zeke's going under the rushing of 15.5? I think I like that, but what if it goes to garbage time and he gets looks?
Well, I mean, fuck, the entire game is garbage time. Let's be real.
I know,
this game should not be close. So, if he's not going to get looks because Rico Dowdle has got to be involved, and maybe we see more Dalvin Cook. I don't know. Is he playing?
I don't know what's going to happen there. What about any love for Dalton Schultz at 27.5? No,
I mean,
don't love
if you look at tight end production, the Cowboys give up touchdowns, but not
yards,
not production in terms of yards or receptions.
So yeah, and I think with Nico Collins back, I think he just falls out of third rotation there. What about Nico Collins over the 75? Should we lock that one in?
No, I'd rather take his longest.
You want the long? Okay, we'll go for just long ball game.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna hit that 75 yards. I really do.
He could do it in one play. And
yeah, I'm gonna rock with the 75. I like that.
All right.
I like the longest too. Stroud over 1.5. I have that on a couple underdog cards. We don't have it on drafters. Oh, never mind. 1.5 passing TDs, but I can't tie it with a wide receiver, right?
It depends. Sometimes you're allowed. You could try it.
Except change them right there, lock it in. Oh, wow, they did. Absolute money right there, Fang. So we have CJ, and if this card hits next stream, I'll give out $100 if the card hits to anybody that's a subscriber or a member of the channel. I'll double your names to get in the drawing. CJ Stroud over 1.5, CeeDee Lamb over the longest, Rico Dowdle over the receiving, Nico Collins over the receiving, Joe Mixon over the longest rush, Tank Dell longest reception, Kai Fairbairn kicker points, and Zeke under the rushing. I do like Cooper Rush to throw a pick, but it's not on here. Did you safety it? No, I went straight for it.
Oh, you fucking weirdo.
Why?
Cause, man.
Okay, so let's see what I have upcoming here. So I have a card of Nico Collins over the receiving, Mixon over the rushing, CeeDee Lamb over the receptions, Cooper Rush under the passing, Nico Collins over. I already took Russell Wilson's passing at the yards because I think that's crazy. I took an early bet on that. CeeDee Lamb, this is your longest one. I followed that one. Joe Mixon, longest rush. Tank Dell, longest reception. CeeDee Lamb, longest reception. CeeDee Lamb, longest Nico receptions. Stroud, 0 interceptions. CeeDee Lamb, receiving yards. And Nico Collins at 71. So I like that.
You said 0 interceptions for Stroud?
Under the 0.5, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's not here anymore, but it was a couple days ago. So, what would be your absolute one lock for this game? You had to pick one.
Joe Mixon, longest rush.
Joe Mixon, longest rush is your absolute lock. Okay. 17.5?
Yep. Oh, I had it at 16.5.
Okay. So 17.5 there. And I'm going to go.
Like
has to be a Cowboy. I'm going to go for CeeDee Lamb's longest. I'm going to drop a 20 on it. And save 50 for next week and see how it goes. All right, y'all. Thanks for rocking with us today. That is the recap. I got to head to my mom's here. We're having a little family dinner at their house. I don't even know if we're going to keep the game on, but I don't even know if I'm not excited to watch this game, to be honest. But we're going to. We're going to catch up on some Yellowstone. If you guys are new, smash that like. Smash the subscription to Big Draft Energy. His name is in the description as well, guys, if you guys have not. And that's it for us. We will catch you guys Thursday on his show. And then again on Saturday and Sunday on whatever shows are going on after that.
Yeah, everyone, are you going to freaking play any Call of Duty anytime soon there, bud?
When does Rank come out?
At some point this week. But they dropped Rebirth Island today, which is great.
I need Ranked. I need Ranked. But all right, guys.
Like ranked what?
I don't know. I just ranked gaming is the only way I do it. I'll text you. All right, y'all. Have a good one. I'm heading out. Peace out. Cowboys lose by 20.